Hi, I'm John Kraus, Safety Director for Farmington Schools. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about traffic flow at the high school for pickup and drop off of your high school student. The source of frustration for parents sometimes is pick up and drop off in the mornings and the afternoons, especially in the morning. As former Farmington graduate parents ourselves, we know that we're always running behind a little bit and we run into traffic problems, and that puts us behind and is a source of frustration. And if we're not all on the same page, can be a source of conflict too. So hopefully today's video will get everyone on the same page so that we can be first and foremost safe, but also be efficient in getting kids dropped off and traffic through Black Knight Drive. So if you're coming south on Black Knight Drive, which means that you have turned off of Liberty Street, either coming from the east or the west, you're coming south on Black Knight Drive, you have some different options. The first option that you have is you're going to reach the Circle Drive. You can choose to use the Circle Drive to drop your student off at the front doors. Please understand that this is useful if you have a student that has a mobility issue or a special need or is going to be met by a staff member every morning, or if you know that it's going to take a little bit longer to get your student out of the car because they're carrying a project or something along those lines. If you pull in and use the Circle Drive, it's going to be very important that you stop and you yield the right of way to oncoming traffic. Usually the director of safety or another staff member will be directing traffic at this spot at the crosswalk, and they will let you know when it's safe to enter back onto oncoming traffic on Black Knight Drive. Please utilize your blinker as you exit the Circle Drive so that it helps the staff member know which direction they need to get stopped, one or both. From there, the second option, if you're traveling south on Black Knight Drive, if you pass the Circle Drive and choose not to use which is best, we want you to use the crosswalk if at all possible. When you pull to the north crosswalk, that will be the first crosswalk that you come to, you're going to want to stop. There is no need to pull to the right. You can stop directly before the crosswalk and you can let your student out. If we have, and most of the time we do, multiple cars stopped waiting for the crosswalk, you don't have to be the first car in line. Your student can be prepared and jump out, and we're very cautious about students just walking to the front door so we can let multiple cars empty at once and then get multiple cars through. You also have to be careful when traveling south at the north crosswalk to pay attention. Most of the time, the person attending that crosswalk is going to wave you through. If you choose to stop, then they will look both directions. We're going to get traffic stopped both directions before we allow students to cross, but you always need to be cognizant of that crosswalk. And if a student or individual enters that crosswalk, be prepared to stop. Your third option is if you pull through the crosswalk, if you pull through the north crosswalk and want to pull to a sidewalk because your student is going to take a little time to get a project out of the car, or they've got to get in the back seat, or you have multiple students getting out and you want to take a little more time, then feel free to pull to the sidewalk. Pull as far forward as you can, but understand that once your student is out of the car and you're ready to get back onto Black Knight Drive and continue south, that you wait for oncoming traffic and yield the right of way. You have a fourth option, actually, if you're traveling south on Black Knight Drive. Most people do not choose to use this, but we have a second crosswalk, our south crosswalk, that is going to be in front of the field house. You can choose to do the same thing there and stop before the crosswalk and let your child out there, and they can enter the building through the field house. When traveling from the south and approaching the high school on Black Knight Drive, which means that you have turned off of Columbia Street or West Gate, as you head north towards the hospital, if you will, on Black Knight Drive, you're going to come to the south crosswalk first. This is the crosswalk that is in front of the field house. It's a little trickier here because we have entrances and exits out of Civic Center Centene Drive parking lot, so we need to be a little more careful. What we need to understand at the south crosswalk are a couple things. Number one, if you're traveling to the south, you've already dropped your student off, please be cognizant of the crossing guard and be prepared to stop for students that may be crossing on the south walk. If you're traveling north, you need to be prepared to stop whether you are dropping off or not. You have an option of stopping at the crosswalk and allowing your child to get out, hopefully pretty quickly, and moving to the right to the sidewalk and standing and waiting until the crosswalk, the attendant lets them cross. Please, when you are dropping off at a crosswalk, do not let your child out and then wait for them to cross, because oftentimes we're going to hold until we get a group of students and we get traffic through and get a natural stopping point, and that is for the efficiency of flow of traffic and to get cars through more quickly. If you choose to not use the south crosswalk near the field house, you can continue north and stop at the front entrance or the north crosswalk. Again, if you choose to use the crosswalk, stop before the crosswalk, let your child out. They can move to the sidewalk. The attendant will keep your child at the crosswalk, and once traffic is clear on both sides, they will choose a natural stopping point of traffic and let kids cross and enter the school. It again is very important that we don't just assume that kids are going to be able to get out of the car and cross the street. Please pay attention to your attendant, and they will let you know, and this is going to maximize both safety and efficiency of flow of traffic. In addition to flow of traffic on Black Knight Drive for pickup and drop off in the morning, we often have parents that want to drop their students off in the Civic Center parking lot directly behind the handicap parking spots. This is, in fact, a no loading zone, and we have had traffic accidents in the past, and in vain of trying to prevent that and trying to cause less conflict with Civic Center staff, we would prefer that you do not stop in that no loading zone to drop your child off. You can, of course, pull to the Circle Drive on the Civic Center lot and drop your child off there, which would mean that they would need to walk up the sidewalk to the north crosswalk and wait for the attendant there to let them cross. Thank you for watching our video in regards to traffic for pickup and drop off at high school. We hope that by watching, we've done two things. One, increase student safety, and two, improve the efficiency of the flow of traffic so that you can get on to your next stop and have a great start to your day. We would like to remind you, last thing, that you stay off your phone and mind the speed limit while you're on Black Knight Drive. Thank you.